McDonald's betrayal, the untold story behind the $300 million empire. Billions on a bun, the untold McDonald's war, Part 1, The Dream. If you had one chance to turn a tiny idea into a billion-dollar empire, would you take it? The year was 1954. America was booming. Gas was cheap, suburbs were growing, and the open road was calling. But on a dusty highway in San Bernardino, California, two brothers were about to change the world, even though they didn't know it yet. Their names were Richard and Morris McDonald. Two quiet, hard-working guys with one crazy idea. What if fast food could actually be fast? Scene 1. The golden idea. Picture this. A tiny burger stand, hot summer air, the smell of grilled meat drifting across the road. Cars lined up outside a small white building with a neon sign. McDonald's, 15-cent hamburgers. Inside, Dick McDonald wipes sweat from his forehead, barking orders at the crew. Move it, guys. 2 cheeseburgers, 1 soda, next car. No waiters, no plates, no tables, no nonsense. Just burgers, fries, and milkshakes. And the line never stopped. They called it the Speedy Service System, a radical idea in 1954. While every other diner had 20 items on the menu and took 30 minutes to serve, McDonald's served 3 things in under 60 seconds. It wasn't just food, it was a machine, an assembly line for hunger, and business was exploding. Scene 2. Enter Ray Kroc. Meanwhile, 2,000 miles away in Illinois, a 52-year-old salesman was sitting in his cramped office, staring at his empty wallet. Ray Kroc, a man who had spent his entire life chasing the big score and failing. He had sold paper cups. He had sold milkshake machines. He had even played piano in bars at night to pay his bills. And yet, somehow he was still broke. He was tired, frustrated, and almost ready to give up. Then, one day, a strange order came in. 8 multi-mixers from a place called McDonald's in California. Ray frowned. An 8? Nobody buys 8 milkshake machines, unless they're insane or onto something big. So he packed his bags, threw his sample machine in the trunk of his dusty Cadillac, and started driving 2,000 miles west. He had no idea. This road trip would make him a billionaire and destroy a friendship that could have lasted forever. Part 2. The first taste of greatness. Ray Kroc's Cadillac roared down Route 66, the sun burning over endless desert highways. For 3 days he barely slept, barely ate, and thought of only one thing. What the hell are these McDonald brothers doing that needs 8 milkshake machines? By the time he rolled into San Bernardino, his shirt was sticking to his back and his wallet was nearly empty. But when he pulled up to the tiny white building with its bright red and yellow neon sign, his jaw dropped. What the hell is this? Cars were everywhere. Families, workers, teenagers, all crammed into the parking lot. A waitress walked by carrying 6 paper bags at once. And inside the stand, workers moved like clockwork. Burgers hit the grill. Fries dropped into sizzling oil. Shakes poured into cups. And every customer got their food in under a minute. Ray stood frozen, stunned. This wasn't a restaurant. This was a revolution. Inside, Dick McDonald, short, stocky, and intense, noticed the stranger staring at the operation. Dick, can I help you, mister? Ray, name's Kroc. I sell multi-mixers. You boys ordered 8 of them. Dick, grinning. Yep, best machines we've ever had. Then Morris, Mac McDonald, joined them, taller and calmer, his smile warmer. Mac, we just got tired of waiting for slow diners, so we built something better. Ray followed them outside, where Mac pulled out a piece of chalk and began sketching on the asphalt. He drew the kitchen layout. A perfect assembly line. One guy flips burgers, another adds condiments, another bags orders, another hands them out. No chaos, no wasted motion, pure speed, pure efficiency. Ray was hooked, completely, obsessed. That night, Ray sat in his cheap motel room staring at the ceiling. He couldn't sleep. The hum of the neon McDonald's sign outside his window was like a voice, whispering, "This isn't just a burger stand. This is America's future." And in that moment, a dangerous idea crept into his head. What if there were 1,000 of these all over the country? Ray saw it clearly, the golden arches stretching across America, millions of burgers, millions of dollars. But there was one problem. The brothers didn't share his vision. The next morning, over coffee, Ray pitched his plan. "Ray, boys, listen to me. This isn't just a burger stand. This is a system. And America's ready for it. I'm talking franchises, hundreds, maybe thousands." Dick: "Franchises? No thanks. We tried that once. Total disaster." Mac: "We're happy right here, Ray. We make good money. We've got our town. That's enough." But Ray leaned forward, his voice dropping to a whisper. "Ray, no, it's not enough. Not for me, and not for you. This is destiny." The brothers exchanged nervous glances. They didn't trust him. They didn't want to lose control. But Ray wouldn't take no for an answer. And right there, a war was born. Not the kind with bullets and blood, but the kind with contracts, lawyers, and broken trust. And Ray Kroc? He was ready to burn bridges to build his empire. The empire awakens. The first contract. Ray Kroc sat in his Chicago office, a small rented room above a mortgage company. On his desk, stacks of papers, crude sketches of golden arches, and a cheap telephone that wouldn't stop ringing. But one document stood out: the McDonald's franchise agreement. He'd convinced the brothers, somehow, to give him the rights to sell franchises nationwide. But the deal came with chains around his ankles. He'd earn only 1.9% of gross sales. From that, the brothers kept half. He couldn't change the menu, design, or system without their approval. Ray signed anyway. He didn't care. He saw the bigger picture. "I'll build the empire first, and then I'll find a way to own it." Obsession takes over. Ray became a machine. Day after day, he drove thousands of miles, pitching the McDonald's dream to anyone who'd listen. Ray. Picture this: the same burger, the same fries, the same shake in every city in America. By 1955, the first franchise opened in Des Plaines, Illinois. He personally trained every worker, cleaned floors, scrubbed grease, even flipped burgers himself. And it worked. Families loved it. Lines grew. Franchises spread. But with success came tension. The brothers hated Ray's aggressive expansion. "Dick, he's going too fast." Mac: "He's changing things we never approved." Ray didn't care. He started tweaking the kitchen layouts, improving fryers, even designing a new building. Without their permission, the battle lines were being drawn. The money problem. There was one thing Ray couldn't solve: cash flow. He was growing too fast, too recklessly. Every franchise needed equipment, workers, land, advertising, and Ray was broke. Banks laughed him out of their offices. Investors turned him down. But then, he met a man who would change everything: Harry Sonneborn, a financial genius with a radical idea. Sonneborn: "Ray, you don't build an empire by selling burgers. You build it by owning the land under every McDonald's." That was the spark. Sonneborn proposed a new company, the Franchise Realty Corporation. Instead of just selling franchises, Ray would buy the land, lease it to operators, and lock them in. Suddenly, Ray controlled the money. The brothers didn't. And for the first time, the power shifted. Ray's transformation. Something inside Ray changed. He wasn't just a salesman anymore. He became ruthless, obsessed. He stopped asking for permission. He He stopped returning the brothers' calls, and when they protested, he told them flatly, "Ray, you boys run your restaurant. I'll run the business." Behind closed doors, he started rewriting history. He called himself founder of McDonald's in press interviews. He made promises to franchisees the brothers never approved. He was reshaping McDonald's in his image. In 1956, Ray quietly opened his own McDonald's training facility in Illinois. He didn't tell the brothers, didn't ask, didn't care. To Ray, this wasn't just about burgers anymore. It was personal. If they won't give me control, I'll take it. And with Sonneborn's financial machine behind him, Ray Kroc was no longer playing by their rules. He was rewriting the rule book. But the brothers weren't done fighting. Not yet. The handshake that changed everything. By 1958, McDonald's was exploding. 79 restaurants across America. Franchisees were making money. Families lined up for burgers and fries. But inside the company, war was brewing. The brothers hated Ray's obsession with speed and control. They wanted a small, family-friendly chain. Ray wanted a corporate empire. Mac, this isn't what we signed up for, Ray. Ray, no, Mac. This is exactly what we signed up for. You just don't see it yet. Ray began ignoring their calls completely. When Dick flew to Chicago to confront him, Ray refused to meet. Sonneborn's master plan. Harry Sonneborn, Ray's financial mastermind, had a vision. We stop fighting. We buy them out. But there was a problem. The brothers weren't selling. McDonald's was their baby, their legacy. Ray exploded in frustration during a meeting. Ray, then we make them want to sell. This was the moment Ray Kroc stopped being a partner and became a predator. Pressure tactics. Ray started tightening the screws. He opened a new headquarters in Oak Brook without consulting them. He squeezed their profits using the real estate corporation. He banned suppliers the brothers preferred. And worst of all, he rewrote the training manuals to erase the brothers' contributions. McDonald's was quickly becoming Ray's company. In spirit, if not on paper. The brothers were furious, but Ray had something they didn't: the money and the lawyers. The famous meeting. In 1961, Ray flew to San Bernardino to meet Dick and Mac one last time. The meeting lasted 7 hours. Voices rose. Fists slammed tables. Finally, Ray made his offer, $2.7 million. A fortune in those days. Ray, you walk away. I take McDonald's. Everyone wins. Dick, you'll destroy everything we built. Ray, no. I'll make it immortal. After hours of arguing, they reached a deal. But there was a catch. The brothers wanted ongoing royalties. 1% of sales forever. Ray agreed. No lawyers, no paperwork, just a handshake. The betrayal. Weeks later, when the contract arrived, there was no royalty clause. Ray had cut it out completely. The brothers were devastated. They tried to fight back, but they were out of money, out of leverage, and out of time. Ray Kroc walked away with full control of McDonald's, and the brothers, they kept their original restaurant in San Bernardino, until Ray opened a brand new McDonald's across the street. Within a year, the original McDonald's was bankrupt. The rise of the Golden Arches. By 1965, McDonald's went public. Shares exploded. Ray became a multi-millionaire overnight. And yet, he never forgave the brothers. In interviews, he called himself the sole founder of McDonald's. He erased their names from company history forever. Business is war, Ray once said, and I don't lose wars. The Empire and the Ghosts, the birth of an empire. By the late 1960s, Ray Kroc was unstoppable. McDonald's had 1,000 locations. America was addicted to burgers, fries, and milkshakes. Ray called it the greatest real estate business disguised as a hamburger stand. Because thanks to Harry Sonneborn's strategy, Ray wasn't just selling food. He was owning the land under every McDonald's. Franchisees paid rent. McDonald's collected billions. And Ray became filthy rich. The brothers' downfall. Meanwhile, back in San Bernardino, Dick and Mac McDonald watched their dream crumble. Their original restaurant went bankrupt. The McDonald's name? Gone. They couldn't even use it on their own diner anymore. Mac, we built it from nothing, Dick. Dick. And he took it from us. Mac suffered a stroke in 1971. He died the same year. Dick lived until 1998, long enough to watch McDonald's become a global icon. But never forgiving Ray Kroc. Ray wasn't satisfied with American domination. He wanted the world. Tokyo, Paris, Sydney. By the 1980s, McDonald's was opening one new restaurant every 17 hours. Ray became a billionaire, but he was never happy. Behind the golden arches, he battled alcoholism, failed marriages, and endless lawsuits. Success had a price, and he paid it in loneliness. Legacy. Ray Kroc died in 1984. He was 81 years old. Today, McDonald's operates in over 100 countries with 40,000 plus restaurants. Every day, 70 million people eat there. But the story isn't as clean as the commercials. Ray Kroc didn't found McDonald's. He took it. "I didn't invent the hamburger," Ray once said. "I just built a better system of selling it." Billions and regret. McDonald's is worth hundreds of billions today. If the brothers had gotten the 1% handshake royalty, their families would be worth over $300 million each. Instead, they died without wealth, without recognition, without justice. Ray Kroc won the war, but he couldn't rewrite history forever, because now we know the truth.